Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hey Starseeds, and welcome back to the Natural Advisory Frequency. As most of you know, today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about what I do as far as intuitive health reading, which I'm sure a lot of you are interested in right now, because that's what I do. So I just want to get into that in details, like, so just, you know, basically what it is, how I got started in it, and a little bit about how I do it, and then I plan to do next week a collective reading, and I'll show you guys in next week's video how I do that, so you'll get to see firsthand like my process on how I do all of this. And then if you'd like to learn how to do what I do, I will be extending this video, which you can find on my Patreon, which is launching on December 17th this month. So yeah, it's December. Yep. If you want to learn how to do what I do, make sure you subscribe to my Patreon, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, just to stay in touch with me on all my handles, and I'll be doing my first collective reading for you guys. All the other ones that I've been doing are found on my other handles, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and I think it's only fair that I do something for you guys and just show you guys exactly how I do what I do. So first off, intuitive health reading. It's always going to be hard for me to explain this because some people will get it and other people won't, and I mean, that's okay. It's just like on my part to be able to communicate it to you in a way that you understand. And I guess it's like the easiest way to explain it is like being psychic, like, you know, where you can like read tarot cards, or you can see the future or whatever. Like, there's all these different like spiritual gifts, and I feel like that's kind of what I am doing, because when I am doing a reading on someone, I am checking in on their energy to get the answers to my questions. And the questions that I'm asking are about your health and the state of your overall well-being. So that's mental, physical, spiritual, everything. I check for it all. And yeah, that's like the short version, and just like the bare minimum way for me to describe and explain exactly how I do what I do and what I'm doing. The long version is basically called muscle testing. So that's how I first got into it, and this was like maybe 4 years ago that I first got into muscle testing. I learned it with someone that I was working with back in Dallas. She was a chiropractor. She did all of that, and that's where I was first introduced, just by, you know, getting it done on myself. And she would check the state of my body, like the state of my organs, and she used Standard Process products, and they make like all different types of whole food supplements, which are the best supplements to have. Like, if you're gonna need a supplement, you would hopefully get it from food. So that's what they do. And yeah, she would just match me up with whatever supplements I needed at the time, and you know, like, it was just so spot on that all I could do was heal, if that makes sense, because she was asking my body what it needed. And so that is the same thing that I'm doing. So that was how I was first introduced with it. And then going to Bastille, like, so I knew how to do it. Like, I had an idea of how to do it just from having it done on myself for 2 years. And then when I got to Bastille, I actually took a like weekend course on it. And yep, everything sounded familiar. I just had to, you know, actually do it myself and learn it that way. And ever since then, I've just been practicing whenever I can, wherever I can. And now it's just like, I don't even muscle test really anymore because it just comes to me intuitively. So it takes time, but I feel like muscle testing is the way to basically turn off the logic so that you can listen to your intuition, if that makes sense. So they really call it applied kinesiology because that's basically what you're doing. You're looking for a reaction like in muscles based on the energy exchange that is happening when you ask, you know, a specific question. It's all energetics. And so you're looking for that change. And I found that the only thing that did for me was turn off the logic in my brain, because it's so easy to try and rationalize things or like conceptualize the answers, you know, whenever something's coming to you, because I mean, you won't always get it right, because that's another one of my problems sometimes. Sometimes I see too far in the future, and if I'm not careful, I'm still like trying to maneuver with that. Or sometimes I'll get answers that aren't really fully understood by the patient or client or whoever I'm working with. So sometimes I have to like add in my own intuition and, you know, figure out what the answer is and how I can communicate that with, you know, whoever I'm reading for. So started with muscle testing. It's like applied kinesiology, and some of you might have heard of that, so that'd be cool. So that's basically what I'm doing, and the only difference is I'm doing it remotely, which is also possible because it's just energetics. Like, you don't need to be in person to be able to do that. And you know, of course it's easier to learn in person, which is how I started, and then it got to a point where I didn't have that as an option, and so I learned how, you know, to do it the way that I do now, like just intuitively. And yeah, so that's how I started out with that. That's basically what I'm doing. The only difference is like, it's like exercising. Like, I don't need to muscle test anymore. Like now, I mean, sometimes I do when I'm like really digging deep and trying to, you know, figure more things out. But as far as just asking, like, the answer just comes now, you know, like, it's just, I have trained my brain to just switch back and forth between those, and so the information just flows exactly how it needs to. And it takes practice, like, it really does. And if you want to learn how to do that, then I will be explaining that in detail, but that was just like a general explanation of what I'm doing. But if you want to know more about that, definitely subscribe to my Patreon, because I'm going to do an extended video after this explaining exactly step by step how you can do this for yourself and for other people. So keep that in mind, and that is launching December 17th, so don't forget about that. So that is basically what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Let me see if there's anything else that I was going to tell you guys. Oh yeah, so Oh yeah, I basically told you guys everything. Everything else will be on my extended video. But just whenever oh my god, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay. So don't forget, next week I'm going to be doing a collective reading where you guys will get to see me in action, see my process on how I come to everything. And this will be the first time I've done anything like this, so I think it'll be really interesting because it'll be interesting for me to see myself and see, you know, how I look and, you know, the thought processes that go through my mind. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, shop My Apothecary, Rye by Rochelle. It's rye.com. I'm going to put all my links so that you guys can, you know, connect with me and you know how to find me. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you on the other side.